Alright, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye coming to you again with a review of the Arsenal versus Leicester game. And boy, oh boy, that was a grind. That was a grind, not only for the players, but for the viewers. It was frustrating, it was boring at times, but we got there. We got there in the end. I told you guys it would not be easy. Speaking of where I told you, in the preview with memz, I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank memz one more time for coming on. Man, oh man, I've received a lot of love for inviting memz on, not just from like comments on YouTube or tweets and stuff, but like private messages and shit. It's like, wow, okay. I mean, I think some of those things are from people who originally have followed me from episode 1. memz is one of 3 people that I've targeted to get on the show for a very, very long time. He's a very, very good dude, very knowledgeable, very professional. One of the major reasons that I'm very, very comfortable going on Arsenal Fan TV actually is because of memz. Because he makes everything, I mean, ask anyone that goes on there. He makes everything feel very easy. He just basically explains what he needs from you, and you're kind of off to the races with him, you know. Genuinely a guy I think I would legitimately like to go out and, I know people will make innuendos of this, but whatever. Someone I'd like to go and have a pint with. He genuinely seems like a nice guy, and I don't even drink beer, so there you go. But yeah, so in terms of that, in fact, let me just take this opportunity. Sorry, if anyone who's watching this live and is thinking, blimey, when the hell's the review going to start? Don't worry. I'm about to start in 2 minutes. Just give me a second, right? I'm going to timestamp it for you and everything. Just give me a second. Let me take this opportunity to thank every single guest I've had on here. From, you know, Stel and his polarizing ways of his views, man. He made a lot of people mad when he last came on with Robbie Richard. Robbie Richard's another one who I genuinely like talking to, genuinely makes me feel, makes me laugh. Liverpool / Preston fan. To you know, Henry, who is a very, very strong character. Someone I very much like, though. It reminds me of a friend of mine, and I genuinely enjoy talking to him. And actually, he's one of my highest viewing videos. So logic dictates, apart from anything, I would have had him back on anyway, but logic dictates I need to have him back on very, very soon. To Sam, probably the calm version of Lee. Very, very cool guy as well. Very laid back, very sensible dude. To Liam, you guys know what you're getting with Liam. If you ever watched a Gooner News TV episode, cool guy, young guy, but very, very cool. To Tops reminds me of one of my cousins. Has his mannerisms down, looks a bit like him and everything. Enjoy talking to him. To Colin, who I have a lot of love for. I mean, that boy would have a problem with if Arsenal winning 3-0 and he was getting a blowjob from the most beautiful woman in the world. He would still find something to complain about. So, but I love him for it, though. Honestly, he's a cool guy. Genuinely cool guy. Like, you would think sometimes when you read his tweets or you listen to his YouTube, go follow him on YouTube, by the way, if you're not done so already. Much Arsenal. You think, oh gosh, this must be like one miserable guy. He really isn't. It's only when he switches on Arsenal that he thinks, oh fuck. which just goes to show you that team really pisses people off. The reason I'm taking this opportunity to thank everyone, and I hope I've done so, I feel like I've missed someone key. Please accept my apologies if I have. I always try and pay attention to you guys. I always trying to pay attention to the views that I get. I know that you guys enjoy me doing 2 things. Either ranting like a motherfucker or interviewing people. And I don't just genuinely have anyone on here. I have people who I try and strike a rapport with, or someone that I feel like I genuinely like to speak to, you know. If there is anybody out there that you feel like, You know what? I quite like to see what Chris has to say with this guy, because you guys know whenever I have a guest on, I don't make it about me. I let them speak as much as possible. I try and make the whole thing about them and their opinion. I just feel comfortable doing it that way because I know if I'm tuning in, I don't want to hear what the usual motherfucker has to say. I want to hear what that guy has to say or that girl has to say. For me, in terms of guests, someone's asked me this question before, and I'll answer it now in terms of who are the three people who I haven't interviewed that I'd like to interview the most. Non-famous people, right? Honestly, you can probably guess who they are. One of them is Amanda, Gooner girl. I would love to speak to her. I've never interviewed a girl on there. So, and she's very strong in her opinions as well. And I think it'd be a genuine and different change of pace. For those of you not on Twitter and thinking, who the hell's Amanda? Go and follow her on Gooner girl. Just type Gooner girl or Princess Gooner, I think is her handle. Or go and watch Gooner Ramble, another really good podcast. Half of the time she's on there. Cool girl. Another person I'd like to interview is Kelechi. So for those of you who don't know, I'm originally from Nigeria myself. It kind of makes sense, right? Hence Eagle Eye, Eagles, Super Eagles. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm a Nigerian football fan. That's where the name comes from. And thirdly, of course, it has to be DT. How can it not be? How can it not be? Apart from the fact that he would be, let's just be real here, he'd be a ratings gem. I genuinely want to know if he thinks half of the things he thinks. And I have genuine questions that I would love to ask him in front of you guys. But similarly, if there is anyone that I've even not named on that list, reach out to myself, reach out to them. You never know, they might want to come on. I try and make everyone who I interview feel comfortable enough to be able to come on here without like painting them in a bad picture. But anyway, that's kind of me and my ranting over it. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you guys immensely. You guys have been great. I've got a lot of plans for this channel. My plans do involve rolling it out for, I want more than a YouTube channel, truth be told. You know, since I was young, one of the things I always want, let's be honest, I got a face for radio, but I've also got a voice for radio. And one of the things I really want to do is kind of roll out a podcast on a wider platform. Those are some plans that I have going on into next season and then sometime within the next 18 months. So do watch this space. I know you're going to take a lot of sexual innuendo out of this damn rant of mine, but I'm going to take you guys on a ride. Just stay with me. But in the meantime, I'm going to get on with this review. I've also, just to let you know, got plans for Sunday. It's a big game. Guys know I like to do stuff for a big game. Leave that with me, though, because I've kind of got a backup plan in case that initial plan falls through. See what I do for you guys? I make efforts. But anyway, sorry. I know that went on way too long. Let me just get on with this review. For me, this was a boring game to watch. This was a hard game. Kind of like this pre-review, really. This is a hard game to watch. It was just a lot of, for how exciting that shape is, man, we dull the shit out of it with our usual pass, don't shoot, pass, should have shot, pass, Coquelin being caught offside, pass. Oh, somebody fucked up. Oh, Alexis has given the ball away. And it was genuinely a pattern of that for the entire game. It was of no surprise, and I think I actually said it to my boys on our WhatsApp group. I said, at any money, this game is won by someone being brave enough to take a long shot that gets deflected. Lo and behold, Nacho does just that. Clearly, this guy had enough. I was like, well, fuck this. I'm just going to lick this thing. Ball came up to him, bow. Came off hoof, straight in the goal. Until then, it was just a dull-ass game. Chet made a couple of good saves. Defensively, I thought we were okay. Had a couple of weird, shaky moments, especially towards the end of the game. Ramsey did this ridiculous, oh my gosh. See, every time I try and cut this guy some slack, he does some bullshit. He went through on goal, and then instead of doing something good, hell, producing a good save out of Schmeichel, this motherfucker tries to backheel it. To who? I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh my gosh. And he was a sub. For him to annoy me in his substitute appearance, goes to show you what kind of player this is. I saw Robbie's rating of Coquelin just before I started this video, and he gave him an 8 out of 10. Yeah, Rob, I love you, dude, but I think you're being way too generous of Coquelin. Way too generous of Coquelin. He had an okay game. He was all right. Not an 8 out of 10 worthy performance. But speaking of which, let me go into my ratings. Petr Cech, I'd give a 7 out of 10 to. Made a really good save from a damn near close range header. Was generally very solid. I'm noticing Cech is upping his performance, which thank God, because he was worrying me for a bit. I still think he's suspect near post, but his performances have noticeably improved since he's come back in the team. He has not gone unnoticed. 7 out of 10. Our 3 centre-backs. Unfortunately, Holding, I don't know where Holding was. He was not in the squad. So that was a bit disappointing for him. But the 3 centre-backs, I thought Gabriel had a good game. Probably not as good as his game against City, but still solid enough, 7 out of 10. Koscielny, I thought, made a couple of really good interceptions. Aside from that, it was an okay performance from him. 7 out of 10. I actually thought Monreal played the best out of the centre-backs. He played the left side of that centre-back. And to tell you the truth, played extremely well. I'd even go as far as to say was probably our man in the match. He got us our winning, or he was the main reason for our winning goal. And considering he was out of position, he played extremely well. Maybe our answer in that position. He's asking questions. I mean, I love Holding, but it's between him and Holding. Whoever starts in that position, put it this way, against Tottenham, whoever starts in that position, totally all right with. That's how good his performance was, to be fair, yesterday. 8 out of 10. Gibbs, yeah. I'm not going to lie, I'm disappointed in Gibbs because I'm in boosting that motherfucker a lot. And I felt as a left wing back, he'd excel in that position. And he was exactly, yeah. He was exactly 6 out of 10 at best. And even I think that's slightly generous. Bellerin was all right. I'd put Ox in that position against Tottenham, though. He had much more of a threat to me. He was okay, though. Defensively was a lot better than he has been lately. I'll give him that. 7 out of 10. Coquelin, definitely not an 8 out of 10. I'd give him a 6. I've talked a lot about how he's out of position. I still don't think he's disciplined enough in that position. I think when you play 3 in the back, all of a sudden our most important player becomes our defensive midfielder. And I just don't think he plays that position well enough. Not to me anyway. Xhaka, I'm going to give this kid a chance. I'm going to give him a chance. If I'm going to give Mustafi a chance, I'm damn sure going to give Xhaka a chance. 6 out of 10. Ozil, I thought looked like he was tired as fuck yesterday. Barely saw him. 5 out of 10. Alexis, I've never seen Alexis give away the ball so much. To be fair, attempted to win it back half the time. Not a great game from Alexis. Probably also played like a tired man. And if Van was brave enough, he would have dropped both of them and played two people in that position. That would have, you know what would have been an interesting combination? Ramsey and Iwobi there. Now, not a lot of people are going to agree with that, but I tell you what, both of them would have been fresh. Ramsey, we know Ramsey can run. And let's face it, it's not like he's played whole of the season. And you know, guys, I'm his biggest critic. But in that position, playing alongside, if you're going to play two number 10s, you have one of them who actually plays the position properly and one of them who has a bit of a free role. I think Ramsey will excel. I know that's coming from fucking me. So I personally would have liked to have seen them on the bench at Alexis Sanoza because I don't think they served much yesterday. And to tell you the truth, I would have. You guys know I said Ozil should rest. Yes, I said Ozil should rest in the preview. So it's not like I'm just saying this after the fact. And Theo up front. He's not a striker. It's as simple as that. Unfortunately for Theo, because of this new shape that we've got, if he doesn't play as a striker, where do you fit him in? Becomes a little bit worrying for him. Shame, really, because he scored a lot of goals this season. The thing is that, yes, he scored a lot of goals this season. His performances, though, haven't been great. And that's the only thing I would say about Theo. 5 out of 10. If I'm being honest, 5 out of 10. Giroud arguably came on and had some sort of impact in terms of the fact that we changed the shape and we looked a bit more potent, a little bit more effective. And I was a bit encouraged by the fact that Wenger at least saw the opportunity to change the shape and do something different. And that was partly because of Giroud. I don't think he did anything that great himself, but I guess he gave the Leicester defence something else to think about. So I'd give him a 6 out of 10 alongside Welbeck, who I'd also give a 6 out of 10 to. Because I also think him playing, particularly on that left-hand side, gave Leicester something else to think about. And that's what it was about. And in the end, we got ourselves a late winner. So something worked. So 6 out of 10. Manager, I'll give some sort of credit for in terms of the fact that he changed the shape. We looked a bit better. We looked a bit potent. 8 out of 10. Anyway, guys, I'm very, very sorry. I'm aware how long this video is. I didn't mean it to go that far. What I will say this, though, is that this weekend is the big one. It is the one where we get to absolutely ruin Tottenham's dreams. I'm going to see if I can get on a spud to do this preview with. Oh boy, I'm about to sour my channel with a spud. I know. All right, people, I'm out of here. Take care. If you're listening to me for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're following me on Twitter, do follow me at Colossal Chig. That's CHIG. I'll be back probably tomorrow to do the preview. Stay tuned. Take care. Peace.